Just sign up with the promo code on your local sportsbook. Your phone. Navigate the app with ease and submit your bets in no time. All with the official sports betting partner of UFC. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Place a bet on any UFC 255 match and get a shot at tripling your winnings. DraftKings. Make it rain.
You know, the financial impacts of COVID-19 continue to have far-reaching effects, whether it is someone who's struggling to keep their business afloat, or even worse, someone who has lost a job because of COVID and now having a hard time paying the rent. Sadly, it is a far too common experience in America right now. The good news is there is help. And our good friend Martina Guilfoyle, who is with Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprise, said, come on, let's go talk to people about what we can do, not what we can't do. So good to see you this morning.
Hi, Julie.
So this is a very smart thing. I mean, it was not a real effort of thought to realize that as the economy begins to go sour, people are going to perhaps have a hard time paying for the roof over their heads. So y'all have got money and you're trying to give it away.
That's right, give it away. CNE has money to help people pay their delinquent rent, as well as homeowners that are having a hard time making their mortgage.
You know, when this all became kind of a talked about thing, I guess late spring, early summer, when the lasting effects of this became pretty obvious, the first thought logically went to helping renters make that rent payment and not being evicted. But the truth is, if this money doesn't get distributed, if the renters aren't paying their rent, the person who owns that home can't make their mortgage, and then there goes both people's security.
Yeah, we're going to see, once the rental eviction moratorium is lifted at the end of December, those of us who operate rental housing, we're very concerned that there's going to be mass evictions. A lot of people, I think, thought that when they heard rental moratorium, it meant they did not have to pay their rent ever. And that's just not the case. It just means that you couldn't be evicted because you couldn't pay the rent. So both the city of Chattanooga and CNE have money to help people pay their rent, bring it current through, let's see, it would be November now. So if you have a delinquency and because you lost your income because of COVID, that could be for a variety of reasons. You lost your job, someone in your house, you had to stay home because someone in your house got COVID and you had to be a caregiver. If someone in your house got COVID, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons that people saw a reduction in rent that doesn't necessarily apply to their own job. So, and it can go back through March 1st. Okay. So as long as you are current on your rent or mortgage on March 1st, you're eligible for this program.
Okay, so let's say, and the deadline sadly is Friday, November 20th. So you want to make sure people, that's to apply, right?
Yes, that's for CNE's program. I do want to say that the city of Chattanooga, their program is going further. There's some differences in our program. Ours actually helps in the county and surrounding counties. So you don't have to live in Chattanooga to apply for our money. The city of Chattanooga's money, unfortunately, is just for those folks who live within the city boundaries.
Okay, Martina, let's just kind of talk off the top of our heads here for a second. Suppose that someone's watching and they're the homeowner. Suppose that you have rental property and you're watching this morning and maybe your tenant has not been able to pay the rent to you.
Yes, so what I would do is I would get your tenant to go online and get an application and to help that tenant fill out the paperwork and get rent to you. That's what we've done. We've reached out to some landlords, and actually it's been some of the landlords that have been the best advocates of this program. Once they find out, they get their tenants to apply.
Okay, what if you're someone who's newly impacted? Maybe something just happened to you in the last couple of weeks and you want to go ahead and head things off at the pass. You're saying that these monies can only be applied for the month of November. If you just lost your job last week, can you access anything to get you into 2021?
Oh yeah, no, it's not going forward. Unfortunately, we can't pay rent forward. It's just in what's owed back. Yes, in arrears. So it can be all the way back to March, or it can just be 1 month. It doesn't matter. The only thing that you need to show is a delinquency letter from your landlord.
Okay. Will you have to kind of make a judgment call, only about a minute left, but suppose someone hasn't paid anything in 4 months, but they could have paid a little bit. Will you necessarily award them the full amount or a partial amount? Do you have to do it on a case-by-case basis?
Yes, what we look at is as long as you've had a reduction of 25, as much as 25% of your income, we'll pay it all. So, because there was that $600 a week extra, and some folks actually earn more money in unemployment than they did not working. But if you have a reduction in rent, we'll pay it all. I'm sorry, in income, we'll pay it all. It's a great program.
It's a very good program. Okay, so what you want people to do is simply go to your website. That's the easiest thing. Is that right?
Yes, you can go to cneinc.org. You can fill out an application online. You can download the application. You can also call us and we can send you an application.
Okay, so the number that you're seeing there, 756-6234, you're welcome to call that number. But here's also another number to call, which is 756-6271. Either will work. Again, the deadline is this upcoming Friday. Martina, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
We know that moving can be stressful, but we've got the solution with my guaranteed